Postpartum Depression and Miriam Carey, Stopping the Silent Scourge. Vertical line time.com. Skip to content. Time. Health Family. Sections Home News Feed US. Politics World Business Tech Health Science Entertainment Video Opinion Photos Magazine Life.com lists sports. Search time. Follow Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Tumblr, RSS, apps, home, medicine, diet and fitness, family and parenting, love and relationships, mental health, policy and industry, viewpoint, depression, postpartum depression and Miriam Carey, Stopping the Silent Scourge. By Alice Park at Alice Barnyard. 04, 20130. Share. Read later. Send to Kindle. Advanced Periodontics / AP Miriam Carey. Related Miriam Carey, capital suspect, suffered postpartum depression. ABC News source, schizophrenia meds found at home of Miriam Carey after capital chase. CNN. Email. Print. Share Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, LinkedIn, Stumble upon Reddit, Mixer, Delicious, Google+. Comment. Follow at time. L. Flint. A woman who led D.C. police on a car chase from the White House to the Capitol suffered from postpartum depression, according to her mother. Miriam Carey, 34, of Stamford, Conn, drove her car through a barrier at the White House, ramming a Secret Service agent onto the hood of her car, and then led police to the Capitol, according to the Associated Press. AP. Police began firing at Carey trademark S car after she drove into a Secret Service vehicle and escaped down Constitution Avenue, where she hit a median and was shot to death by police. Only then did they discover Carey trademark S infant daughter in the car, who was unharmed and placed in protective custody. Carey trademark S mother, Idla Carey, told ABC News that her daughter gave birth last August, and became depressed several months later. Carey was fired from her job as a dental hygienist about a year ago, and had experienced a head injury following a fall, her employer Dr. Brian Evans told the AP. A federal law enforcement official also told the publication that based on interviews conducted with Carey's family so far, she showed signs of serious degradation in her mental health. It may take many months before more is known about what drove Carey to act as she did, and to determine whether her behavior was the result of postpartum depression, as her mother suggested, or a different mental illness, or even a combination of both. Recent studies suggest that about half of all new mothers experience postpartum depression after childbirth, with about 10% to 15% showing symptoms of sleep problems, apathy, and obsessive worry about their parenting skills. An even smaller percentage develop more severe conditions of postpartum psychosis, which can include hallucinations, paranoia and extreme anxiety. But these are only estimates, since experts say there are few comprehensive studies on postpartum depression and minimal understanding of what makes women vulnerable. More, first genetic markers that predict postpartum depression. To address the knowledge gap, some scientists have recently used brain imaging to identify patterns of activity that may pinpoint new mothers who might be at greater risk of developing postpartum symptoms. These scans showed that the condition may result from dulled responses in the regions that regulate empathy and emotion. Some early investigations have also revealed potential genetic clues to the condition. Johns Hopkins researchers have connected increases in estrogen levels during pregnancy with changes in genes that regulate mood. Some women, they say, may have genetic makeups that make them more sensitive to the drop in the hormone after birth, which could make them more vulnerable to depression. Even more encouraging is the fact that these genetic changes can be detected in the blood with about 85% accuracy. More, study, depression, fear of abandonment can lead moms to kill babies. Other studies have suggested a link between geography and postpartum depression. About 10% of mothers living in urban areas developed the condition compared to 6% of women in rural areas. Despite the fact that more people tend to live in smaller spaces in cities, mothers may feel less connected to a supportive network of close family and friends in these settings. But without a more coordinated understanding of the condition, questions about whether more women should be screened, and defining the criteria for diagnosis, are still lacking. Congress recently took action on the matter, passing the Melanie Blocker-Stokes Postpartum Depression Research and Care Act, or the Mothers Act, as part of healthcare reform to require the National Institutes of Health to expand research into the